Why don't you pick up his foot, and then I can take a
Picture of the
video
bar.
of
Yeah, there's the bars right here.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been thinking about that for a year, but
Right.
I never did done do it.
Now this, okay, all right. What,
Does that help?
yeah,
that's
a lot.
that's
Yeah,
just
that's,
packed on salt.
I'm always for that, okay? So you'll know. I don't charge when
Hey, come look at this. I'll show you where all your bar is here. See where the bar, this is where the weight bearing is.
Yep.
The heel is half bar, and so I just make the pin and run it around. So see, his foot isn't able to flex on this side yet. This side over here, that's sole, but this right here is bar, and then that could be sole or bar. I can't tell, but you can see this bar wall goes all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
So see, he can't even flex his foot. So he'll be able to have like this. Now he'll be able to walk with an arm.
What I was attributing to the off and on thing, he's always playful. And that the old mare he's running with, he'll get chasing her and playing. He'll run out there and buck and kick.
Sure.
And then it seems like after he does that, he's
Now, you can see where I just took this off
yeah.
was right in here.
Yeah.
See those straight lines running out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's bar.
Yeah.
All right, here's how one way you can tell. You take this stuff.
Just make it crack.
And you bend it. And I mean squeeze the bejeebers out of it and then let it go and it goes right back to flat, no crease.
Uh-huh.
That's bar material. Sole material, you can bend it and it's probably going to break.
Yeah.
It's flimsy because you've got different skins. And this right here is like a plastic lid on top of jello. As long as that plastic lid's laying down flat and tight against it and compressing it, the jello's not going to jiggle, so to speak. That sounds like a comedic act, but if you take that plastic lid off and get things back where it should be, now that jello can expand and contract and expand and contract. Now that foot can work the way it's supposed to as far as getting blood supply in that foot where it belongs and back out of it. But when you got it locked down, everything suffers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It's all right.
You want a callus, but you don't want it locked down tight.
Can you see what he's doing from there? Can we hold him so you can watch Dave, or someone to hold him so you can watch him? So you can see all this? Because you can pick up a nice set of knives like this whenever you see something like the bar come a little long. Dave will show you how to just take it back yourself.
Yeah.
See, and you can still see those white lines, but now, where's that pin at I gave you, Nance? I normally don't take this long on a trim. I'm usually already done with it.
yeah.
Well, you're teaching today.
Right here, see these little jagged lines?
Uh-huh.
That's the edge of that bar.
Uh-huh. Now, you're gonna leave that like that?
Nope, that's going away.
Okay. I just wondered why you did that.
Because he
This
wanted to
is
show
going to be
you.
my first
yeah.
target for heel height, right there, half of it. Okay? That's where we're going to go first. So from there,
Right.
the bars are going to go down. They're going to be totally passive to the ground. No pressure. That's key.
No pressure on the bar.
No pressure on the bar. You don't want pressure on that bar. That's what causes navicular pain.
I think I mentioned to you yesterday, I read an article on basically the same thing you're saying about keeping them barefoot. That was the best way to go instead of what the vets tell you with all the tapered wedge patches and shoes and everything.
Exactly.
Well, it said the same thing, but I understood it to say that you wanted pressure on everything on that foot you could get. Bars, soles,
Totally
rim.
backwards.
Is that right?
Totally backwards. Totally, isn't that amazing how we've been duped all these hundreds of years?
Well, that was a completely different
Since medieval
concept too
times,
than the vet's
yeah.
been telling me.
Yeah.
See, so I thought, well, maybe this one's right.
Yeah.
But I tried it, but then I didn't give him a lot of time either.
I always kind of try to think of why these concepts
Cheryl,
come, and they
please.
generally come from a basic misconception, is that the bars are there to carry weight.
Yeah.
They're actually there to stabilize the foot the way the capsule is, because the capsule's round, and without those bars, it would just smush out.
Uh-huh.
And those bars are actually there to stabilize the roundness of the capsule, not to carry weight.
One trim.
Okay, he's right on top of the bar now. And just with the curl of his knife, he's lowering that bar.
Okay.
He's not messing with the
always go
sole.
with the flat part of the knife.
Yeah, well, you do, but on the
And
bar.
I'll show you what's wrong with that on the other side, because you're blending the bar to the sole.
Yeah.
I'm defining the bar. The bar should be as flat this way as it is this way.
And see the ridge now that he's got on the sole, which he'll deal with that later, but
that's
he's just
still
defining the bar.
You can just see the tail end of the little white stripes. See them still right there? That's old bar still. I'm just going to get under it. See how I got under it? Flatten my knife out and pop it right off. There's your sole. And that's what I'm going to leave for right now.
So that sole and bar are two different
Different
materials.
skins altogether.
Two different
Two different functions.
Look at him. Look at him.
That's instant comfort.
Really?
Totally instant comfort.
Yeah.
And that's just half a trim. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Hey, I got a dark one.
Yeah. Dave, I want to get a picture of that where you did that thing with your knife and popped off that. I've never seen you do that.
Just that little
edge?
Okay.
Now let me get it in here so I can see. Okay, I'm there.
Oh, that
All
would
right.
be nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There you go. And that's just all flaky.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to worry about taking the toe down. His toe's already.
I'm not even there yet.
Oh, okay.
Now he's
normally. See how I'm
he's
taking
moving
this
the bar over. See how it's moving
and I'm
over.
just following. And I'm not even. I'm leaving part of that bar.
Yeah.
That's how these suckers are so nice. And I move the sharp edge because it's easiest to cut. Then I move back to the next edge. See how I'm just right skinning next to that sole? It's a deal. If you're trimming bar, just trim bar.
Now
if you're going to trim sole, just trim sole.
So that's what you want me to do all the time, or are you just doing that to
Keep
show
those
me?
bars looking just like this.
And do it that way, just on the bar.
Follow it down and keep the top of that bar flat. We call it defining the bar. Now I'm going to clean up this little tailing.
Okay, there he's going, taking off the bar material that's now over the sole. And is there a little bruise there?
Yeah, but
Yep,
he's
right,
taking it off.
Yeah.
right,
An old bruise.
just behind my knife edge is just what's
Okay.
left of a little bruise. Remember that plate that was over in that?
And see how thin those little pieces are that he's taken off?
You can see through them, but you can see the striations.
Yep.
That's still bar material. If I peel one off and you see dots, that's sole.
Okay. And so,
Actually, you won't see any dots
Okay,
on a
that's-
slice on a vertical sharp edge right there. I'll just take that edge, and then I just blend it into the rest of that heel without taking anything down.
yeah. Because where that bar was over that sole area, the tubules of the sole have not been growing properly, and it may be tender. And so you don't want to, dig down in there.
Half work as hard.
You basically, what you're going to be doing if you bought one of these is simply grooming that foot.
Yeah.
It's no different than brushing the dirt off of the saddle pad. You're going to be brushing that off.
Well, I'm
to
out
not
there.
let anything grow back.
I'm out there fooling with him every day, but
There
like I
you
say,
go.
I don't ride him all that often because he's been lame for one thing.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22.
Yes,
Now,
exactly.
if you
He
get
needs the
behind me,
exercise because he's so heavy, but you can't ride him because he's lame.
Yeah.
want me to bring up 3 or 4 of mine, you can get them down to look like this.
Well, I'm at the age I don't really care. I wasn't really missing all that riding.
Look over my shoulder.
The season has started.
And see, I haven't touched that toe.
Right.
Toe, because you want that whole part of the toe to land flat. Clear back.
10 and 2, so you're not going.
10 o'clock.
You're not going parallel up here at the back of the
You
foot.
do not want a flat foot. You want a foot with a little scoop in it.
Like it has right
Guess what that is? That's the arch of his foot, and you can see I followed his sole. It's there. You just can't leap. Horses don't like flat feet. That's why they break out.
Yeah.
He's trying to trim that scoop in. Every time you leave it, he's trying to take it out.
Let me see.
And here's
What was that? I missed something here.
okay.
About not.
When you get your heel height, and we're only halfway there where we really truly ought to be,
Right.
you're comparing left to right
Right.
in reference to the bulbs.
Right angle.
Okay? You want nice and flat heels straight across.
Right.
Everything needs to come down straight. 2
Right.
straight lines.
Right.
Okay, this is called your baseline.
Right.
Once you've established that, then you look forward to 10 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 o'clock, that's what I call the moon sickle, because it looks like a quarter moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that we try not to touch. Leave that callus there, because
Right.
there's where the coffin bone is.
Right. Oh, really?
So we're
So
protecting that.
You don't want to trim out that sole right there.
No, because that's habitually the thinnest part of the sole, and
Right.
that's where they always end up being sore, is in the toes.
Yeah, that's where I usually
And then if you let this grow too tall, now he's landing on his toes and can't get away from it, and you'll always see that crescent-shaped bruise, like
Yeah.
you just said, you're almost to blood.
Yeah.
That isn't blood. That's a bruise
Yeah.
that's being caused by the coffin bone from the inside. It's always crescent-shaped. What's the shape of the tip of that coffin bone? Crescent-shaped. So he's just banging. Every time he's coming down, he's banging that corium, and he's bruising himself from the inside out. It's not the shoe causing it. It's the high heels chipping his coffin bone, and every time he drives in toe first, landing, he's bruising that toe of his foot, which pinces off the circumflex artery that goes around that edge of the coffin bone, and it's just above it. But if he's like this, it starts to pinch it. The sole corium starts to die, and sometimes if it's really been there a long time, you'll see a little hole in the white line. That's significant to the dead tissue in that part of the toe. It can't grow sole anymore.